Number 21, we are going to use the calculator to find the solutions, and then we can tell the domain and range, and we're also going to use the calculator to find the vertex. So the equation, it says 5 equals negative x squared plus 4x plus 11. So the first thing I need to do is move that 5 to the other side. So when I go and type in my equation, I'm going to do negative x to the second power plus 4x. And then since I'm subtracting 5 from both sides, instead of saying plus 11, we're going to say plus 6. And then if I graph it, I am going to be using on my paper, I'm going to scale it so that one box is equal to 2. So it's going to go from negative 10 to positive 10. Otherwise it wouldn't fit on the graph given. So I need to find the zeros, and what that means is it means I'm going to find the point where this parabola is crossing the x-axis, and there's 2 of them. So to do that, we're going to say second, and then calc, and then we're going to choose 2 for 0. And we're going to first move the cursor so that it's to the left of the 0 and hit enter. And then we're going to move it so that it's to the right of the 0 and hit enter. And then it's asking me if I want it to guess. Yeah. So we're going to hit enter again, and it's going to tell me where the 0 is. So the 0 is at negative 1.162 and y equals 0. So we're going to write negative 1.16 as a solution. So that's my first solution. Okay, for my second solution, we are going to say second and then calc again. And then again, we're going to choose 0, and it's going to ask us for a left bound. So now we're going to scoot over to the other one. And so just move your cursor until it's closer. And as long as it's to the left of the x-intercept, that's fine. And then we're going to move it to the right and hit enter. And then we want it to guess where the intercept is between those 2 points. And so we're going to say enter. And it says 5.16 and y equals 0. So we're going to write 5.16. Now you're going to have to round. Most of the time these will not be exact. If you get something like 0.000006, then it's just 0, and that's just because of a pixel thing. Okay, now the next thing it asks us is the domain. So in quadratics, the domain is always all real numbers. The range, remember, you go from the low to the high. So the lowest that this goes is negative infinity, and the highest that it goes, I think that's 10. We can actually have the calculator find that for us, and the way that we can do that is by saying second and calc. And we can ask the calculator to find the maximum, so the highest point. If your parabola was opening the other way, then you would want it to find a minimum, but we're going to choose maximum. And so what it's asking is it's saying, okay, the maximum between where and where. So again, I'm going to do the left bound thing, so I have to scoot back, and I have to get to the left of the highest point, or the vertex. And then I'm going to go to the right of the vertex, and I'm going to hit enter. And so it's going to find the highest point between those 2 lines right there. And so we're going to guess that, and it's going to tell us the maximum is x is basically 2 and y is 10. And so depending on how close or how far your boundaries are to this vertex, it might say like 2.0005 and 10 or something like that. It'll be pretty close. So 2 and 10, you could always plug in 2 into your x value for your equation and see if you get out 10 to make sure, but that will be your vertex.